everybody. I'm glad you could all make it to my presentation. What was that? You can't hear me well? Oh, sorry. I gotta make sure I talk into the microphone. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, okay. Welcome, Toons of Toontown, to my presentation. I'm LoopyGoopyG, and I visited you today all the way in Lobot HQ to talk to you about an issue that's near and dear to my heart. And apologies, of course, for choosing Lobot HQ. It was just kind of like the best place that had the most space. I mean, you just look around at this place. There's so much useless space. It's a good spot to talk about things. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's get into it. The issue I've brought you all here for is Toontown Rewritten's blatant lack of respect to people's eyes everywhere. You have eyes, I would presume. I have eyes. We all have eyes. Let's respect those eyes and treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve. Before I dive fully into this topic, however, let me give all of you wonderful people some wonderful buzzwords and statistics to make me seem much more smarter and much more knowledgeable than most people. So, according to the VCOA, the Vision Council of America, 75% of adults need some form of vision correction. In 2010, the US Census stated that there were over 200 million adults. Do you know how many people 75% of 200 million is? I don't, but it sounds like a pretty big number, so we should respect that. So now let me pivot to the case at hand. You visit the Toontown Rewritten website. No issues here. You pop up the Toontown Rewritten launcher. No problems here either. You boot up Toontown Rewritten in all its polished glory, select your toon, and enter the game. No issues at all, except of course for when you get jump scared by the sound of the Toontown party clock that nobody truly wanted in the first place. You even may notice that they implemented the higher quality and nicer Toon Hall from the Toontown 2 prototype. You're welcome, TTR, for helping get those files, by the way. But then, you click on this slightly blurry little book, ready to get to action, and what do you see? That's right. The most disgraceful thing to Toon's eyes since 2013 and also 2003 if you're considering Toontown Online. The blurriest map of Toontown to ever exist. You see that blob right there? That's a gazebo! And what about that? Could you make that out? Probably not. I mean, you could assume it's a fish. It's a fish. Can you tell it's a fish? My message is simple. Toontown Rewritten. Implement that much higher quality map texture that's literally floating around on the internet right now. And you may say, well, Loopy, that map texture is simply upscaled. Toontown Rewritten doesn't do simple and low quality upscaled textures. And you may have some sort of argument there, except for two things. Placing this upscaled texture in game yields this, which, to my opinion, looks like an incredible increase in ease on the eyes and a much easier map to look at. And it just looks much better. It is, quite honestly, dramatic how much of a difference it makes in my opinion, and here's a nice little comparison of the two. My second argument here, by the way, is fairly straightforward. Let's rewind to the start of the Toontown Rewritten experience I mentioned earlier. For the longest time until they recently created a new trailer and advertised that, if you had gone to their website for the very first time, what would you have seen? That's right, a close-up of a higher quality map in the trailer for Toontown Rewritten. In fact, go ahead and go back and watch the very opening of that trailer. That map is much higher quality than anything we've seen in-game. They are literally advertising a map in this trailer that is unlike anything that you would see in the game. Toontown Rewritten literally already has a better quality map that perhaps looks even better than the upscaled one that's floating around the internet. So my request is simple. Toontown Rewritten, implement a higher quality map for the eyes of everyone everywhere who plays your game. It's such a simple thing too. You just swap a texture out. It's just a JPEG swap out. And please, don't act like you don't know what a gosh dang JPEG is. No patch note needed, no explanation needed, and people quite honestly will greatly appreciate such a small and simple touch. Do it like you did for the Toon Hall. Just a simple swap out that looks better. That's all it is. So, with that being said, I've said my piece, so thank you all for coming today and listening to my PSA. Make sure to drop by this time next week as well, as I'll be talking about my next PSA on how the mover and shaker inflatable tube is backwards and has been since Toontown Online. Thank you all. There will all be free lunch served in the cafeteria. Don't ask me if it runs out or there actually isn't any food. Anyways, thank you all for watching my presentation, and I hope to see you all again next time in my next one. Hey, this gives me a great idea for my next PSA.